All right, so if you've clicked on this video, you've probably read the title. If you own Cardano, you need to watch this right now. And Cardano is an asset that I've been interested in slash invested in for the last 5 years. And I read this article recently, was really interested by it, and what Cardano's price could look like if some of the top 10 institutional funds start to allocate a very small percentage to Cardano. And I wanted to break into that. We'll talk about the price. Obviously, we are still correcting and coming back from a major crypto flash crash that happened on Friday. Cardano's been struggling for a while, but we did take another hit on the price. But I do think Cardano is very, very interesting at these price levels. We're going to dive into it, why it's one that I continue to hold, even though it's tough right now, and why I still think the rotation from ETH into the other smart contract platforms is going to happen, and why it's going to benefit Cardano here as we move forward within this broader uptrend or broader bull market. I know this flash crash scared a lot of people, and if you were over leveraged, obviously you learned an expensive lesson. Cardano's one that I've owned for a while. I own it in spot. We were buying it back at 25 cents in the bear market. And we actually, got a gift here recently on the price dip. And right now, Cardano's sitting still right at 70 cents. The comeback has been really strong. We came back down to 50 cents on ADA. Let me share my screen with you guys. Go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe down below if you haven't already. I wanted to get into some of the specifics here and break down some things that I find really interesting here. We came back down to 50 cents on a great uptrend now, since those lows. And we're working our way back up, getting back up to 70 cents. We're up about 10% on the day, still ranked number 10, $25 billion market cap. I actually still like these levels for ADA. If I'm looking at, a couple assets here in the top 10 that I think are undervalued, Cardano's got to be number one. I'm looking at Cardano and Dogecoin as the ones that haven't really caught up yet. Now, I absolutely love XRP still. BNB, I've owned it for a while. Look at this. I mean, the price basically non-impacted. There's basically no impact. Ethereum's come back really strong as well. Bitcoin's up a little bit right now. But you just look at Doge and Cardano, they haven't come close to setting their new all-time highs. They're the only two in the top 10 that haven't set new all-time highs or come really damn close. And then I came across this article. Here's what Cardano price could be if top 10 U.S. institutional funds allocate 1% to Cardano. So I wanted to highlight there's some really interesting points made in here. I want to get into that specifically. But real quick, I also got to tell you about the Patreon. So this offer, if you're watching this tonight on Sunday, October 12th, you're lucky because this $20 package is moving to $40 tomorrow morning. So this is the last chance to get a $40 per month offer for $20. That includes live calls with me. You could send me direct messages. You're going to see my entire full portfolio. We started a new portfolio, which nobody else is doing out there. You're going to watch me build a crypto portfolio from $0. We've already added 2 cryptos there. You get my private Discord and you get my buy and sell alerts. All of this for $20 per month, guys. And this is the cheapest it'll ever be. We're making a ton of moves. We bought 6 different assets on the dip, so you can see exactly the moves we're making. Come on over and join us over there. Again, this price moves up significantly tomorrow morning. So not a lot of time left on that, but if you want to get access to that, check it out. But let's get into this because it says here Cardano could soar into double-digit territory if the top 10 U.S. institutional funds allocated even 1% of their assets to ADA. So if we look at this, institutional investment in cryptos is accelerating. We've got, huge movements. MicroStrategy has shown us kind of the blueprint for Bitcoin. And then we've got, several companies began diversifying their holdings to include ETH and even XRP. For context, Wikipedia data shows that as of March 31st, 2024, the top 10 U.S. asset managers with BlackRock and Vanguard, they manage over 45 trillion in assets. 1% of this holding would represent a staggering 455 billion. Committing this amount into ADA would significantly reshape ADA's current market valuation. And here's the thing, it's not to say that this is going to happen with all of these top 10 US institutional funds, but I do think they're going to get some exposure to Cardano here in the coming months, if and when we get full clarity to allow more ETFs to come, right? At the moment, ADA is trading again right around 70 cents. It's a little up from this article that came out a little earlier. But if you look at this, ADA price, if top 10 institutional funds allocate 1% to Cardano, look at this 455 billion value of 1% inflow. We would go from 67 cents to $13.30. That's pretty remarkable, honestly, if you think about it. And if anything, it does show, you know, that if and when Cardano gets more institutional exposure, and really it's access and then exposure, the price prediction is really hard to kind of capture here, but $8 to $13 prediction here is very interesting given, just this scenario. And in a recent analysis, they estimated that one ADA could trade at $13 by 2030 if the token matches Ethereum's market cap, which it remains uncertain whether ADA could achieve this milestone. It's all going to come down to institutional enterprise adoption. The great thing that Cardano has is security. It doesn't go down, right? And when we talk about the institutional side of things, this is going to be paramount. They have to have a secure solution, right? And I do think Cardano is going to fit somewhere in this institutional adoption phase of crypto. Ethereum's not going anywhere, Solana's not going anywhere, and I feel like Cardano's being kind of forgotten about here. You've got Sui, new kid on the block, which I love. I don't shy away from any opportunities. I'm not like a Cardano maxi. Okay, I'm not a maxi of anything. I just find it interesting that Cardano's kind of being left out of the conversation right now. And I like that as an investor. Those are areas where I want to allocate some money, right? Where I think people are just underestimating where this could potentially go once we get institutional access to some of these other cryptos outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum. I've made a lot of similar parallels, and arguments for XRP, for Solana, for Dogecoin even. And I think Cardano fits right in there into this narrative. So let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section. Again, check out the Patreon if you haven't already. You could jump on our live call. We already had our first live call on Friday. Again, if you sign up before midnight tonight, in the next 4 hours here after this is posted, you're going to get access to that call we already had last Friday and a call every single Friday. You'll be able to DM me, full portfolio access, all these great benefits right here, guys. So appreciate you all for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below. Cardano still looks very undervalued here in my estimation. And I'm excited to kind of see what happens next here. And hopefully going to see a nice rebound this week in the markets. That'll be exciting to watch. We'll be all over it for you guys. Appreciate you all for watching. And we'll see you in the next video.